Welcome to Property Perspectives. I'm your host, JG Kemp. Today, we got a real special guest for you, Mr. Kavin Banks. Kavin Banks Jr., the owner of Body by Banks, Glastonbury, 21 Krieger Lane.
It's actually 27 Krieger Lane, Suite 14.
Would you introduce yourself?
I'm Kavin Banks Jr.
Yeah.
Yes. I am the owner of Body by Banks LLC. I'm a personal trainer. Been a personal trainer now for over 20 years.
20 years.
Over 20 years now. I've been in this, and I guess I've been doing this all my life. So,
That's a fact.
That's
a fact. Well, thanks for coming. I appreciate that. I had to have KB. I had to have KB on. I had like a premonition one night, and I said, he'd make a perfect guest because, like he said, he's been personal training for 20 years. He has a great story, and he's got to be one of the hardest workers east side of the river. His grind is crazy. So, what's a typical day look like for you? Start from the beginning.
Let's go. Typical day. I'd say get up 5:20 a.m. I'm in the gym by 6 a.m. Usually speaking. From 6 a.m. to I wouldn't. It's not a regular day like everybody else, but from say 6 to about 11. And then I'm off for a few hours, handle some business, and then I'm back in the gym by 3 o'clock, and I'm usually out there by 6:37.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not only is his job a personal trainer, but he basically works out on a daily basis for 20 years. I mean, and it's hard enough to work out, right? Right? And you're looking good, man. So KB's son, Chase, is into hockey. Very, very good player. How's that going for you?
That's an experience, but it's great. He works really hard at it. It's very different from obviously usually, the usual of sports that I'm attending, but he's a special one with the hockey. So he's doing very good at it. And he's looking to get into prep school or college and everything like that.
Well,
I'm carrying forward. And he's getting recruited, getting looked at. So he's doing very well. So I'm happy for him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy for him too. Yeah. I watched Chase and some of the other kids grow up to be great individuals. He's been a great father in their life too. KB is a personal trainer for my son Nas. I had to have that in my life because, I mean, we know each other over 35 years, and we've been working out since at least 12 years old together.
Yeah, since day one. We're doing some kind of activity, right?
Great leader, great motivator, great guy to have in your corner. So definitely had to have him in Nas's life. So last year you bought a house.
Yes.
Yeah. How was that experience for you?
Yeah. Well, afterwards, it's very, very rewarding. During the process is always a little stressful.
Proud of you.
You open up to a lot of different of your business. You open up a lot of yourself when you buy a house, things like that. You disclose a lot of information maybe that you aren't used to. And a lot of things got to be on track. So, it's a process. You got to be patient. It's not something that happens as fast as you really want it to happen. Certainly not in our case. I mean, as you know.
Right.
But the end result is fantastic.
Yeah. Real nice place too.
Yeah.
Real nice place. What was that deciding point? Like, what was it at that point when you said, you know what, I'm gonna make the leap forward and jump into this?
Years of renting and things like that, and just at a time where needed to have some self space and so happened, it was a crazy time, obviously with the market and things like that, but then came across a great realtor. As yourself, and then and introduced us and made the process really easier, even though I've known you for so many years, but just really sat down and explained to the whole process myself and Chilla, and made the process easier and explained it to us and and set us on our way. So
so I've been doing this for 21 years, and the one thing that with real estate that's funny is everybody thinks they can do real estate. So you always hear it's right, it's trendy. I want to get into real estate. And the professionals always say it's simple, it's not easy. right? And for a first-time homeowner, anybody buying property, it could be simple, but it's not easy, right? Especially who you work with. So, I want to say thank you for having trust in me, right? We had a little, it was me getting emotional. I found out he was looking for a house. I'm like, what you doing?
I guess yeah. It was, but that's brotherly love. Like, man, slow down, man. Easy. You know what I mean? It's not my fault.
Yeah, I swear, that's my bad. I apologize. I love you though. But yeah, thanks for trusting me. The one thing y'all did, I mean, Sheila's,
Yeah,
she's great.
Yeah.
Took charge. I mean, y'all knew what you wanted.
Yeah.
Followed through.
Sheila's my wife.
Yeah.
By the way,
Sheila Banks.
Actually, 18 years this August. 18 years. August 16th.
That's someone you did personal training, huh?
I've been training over 20 years, but married to her 18 years.
So that's a good question. I mean, through sports, through football, I mean, you did it all. You did track, you did basketball, football. I kind of know the answer, but what made you get into personal training?
I was in school for physical education. And when I got out of school, the classroom changed. Times changed, kids changed, and things like that. So everything around me involved training and the need for me to be there, kids and things like that. And so I took my classroom and made it my own. So I took my skills and put it into the gym. Did different ventures, not only personal training, but training kids on the side, running camps, football camps, basketball camps, using all the skills, all the things that I did learn for school and things like that. But, and just putting them forward as far as into the gym and a mutual friend of ours, Dallas, he had a position. So,
that's right.
Right. So he introduced me to a personal training opportunity and I got into that and the rest is history.
That was Bally's.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes. Yep.
I remember you used to train in little hole in the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it came a long way. To your own design now.
Mm-hmm.
Body by Banks.
Body by Banks.
Yeah.
You know what it is. Yeah.
If you ever need any of the gear.
So if you needed it again, you got to contact me. We a little old school, but listen, the IG is best trainer I know. Yeah. The best trainer I know. I am the best trainer I know. I don't say I know all the trainers, but just the best trainer I know.
Right. Well, definitely one of the hardest working. That's for sure. You've been around long enough. If you had to say, if you could do something different with buying a house over, what would you do differently, or what type of advice would you give to a first-time homeowner?
I'd say seek out the right person that you're comfortable with first. I don't know. Sometimes you have to search around for whoever you're comfortable with, on this venture with you, because you weren't the first person. We had someone else who was guiding us, and they weren't as, and then, talking to you, they weren't as real about some things as we would have liked them to be. So I think the first thing is trying to find someone comforting. Now that may take a couple of realtors or but to me, I think that's what it was first. It was just finding out true information. You want to find out real information. You gotta be
straightforward with that. That's the biggest thing in this business, and why I've been able to be as successful as people don't trust real estate agents.
Right, because they really think, you're just trying to make a buck and things like that. And actually not going with the first, so to speak, really real estate agent, or just understanding what they were talking about. And having my doubts here, just, really. But then, talking to you about certain things and the reality of them, you're like, wait a minute, this guy really wasn't in our best interest.
Right.
It would just seem like, okay, I can understand business, but are you, this is our home that we're going to have for 30 years or plus or whatever, we're signing some serious paperwork. So I need, so someone to be really in my corner who's making some good decisions for me.
Yeah, one of many. He got a little dog too now.
Yeah. He's not so little anymore.
Good looking dog. Good looking dog added on to the family. That's a great little addition.
Another thing I was able to do once I got my own property, because really wasn't able to do that, and something rented, but able to get a dog, expand the family a little bit.
Right.
Good feeling. Yeah.
It's a good feeling.
Dog be on his own little grass, you know.
All types of different rooms to use.
Mm-hmm.
Big boy truck now. Big boy truck. My boy right here, I swear, is the epitome of saving $1.
Not cheap.
Saving $1. I swear, this man had the same car. I don't even know how long, 14 years?
Nah, I still have the same car. The Honda, you figure it's since 2007.
Yeah, man, that's 17. That's 17 years.
Yeah, 17 years. And she still started up today.
I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah, yeah.
So how you think location plays key with the gym? How's that going for you? How'd you pick the place? How'd you get out that way?
Well,
Glastonbury, by the way.
Yeah, well, being out, Glastonbury. Being out there, obviously at a place where there's a disposable income of, of clientele. I was lucky enough to just find myself out there anyways, because my kids had went to school out there, and I developed a relationship with the community, and kept that relationship until I ended up getting my own business out there, and they still supported me. Do different things, work with the football team, the soccer, soccer team,
right. Kids with
coach youth football and things like that. Work with Parks and Rec, which I've done for about 10 years out in Glastonbury, working with the youth and things like that. And now those kids, outside of the programs now need other training. And now I've seen those young kids grow up into adults now, and those adults bring back their younger kids. So I've been around there a long time. So the location is very important. Obviously, just willing to accept you and for you to be able to do business and contribute to the community.
That's true. That's key. Contributing to the community, right? That's grown man talk. Especially when you're doing business, it's not all about the money. So, what type of difference are you making towards the community? Right? I got something else for you too. I haven't shared it yet. I kept it on locks, but I got another venture, and I can't wait for you to see. I just came from it. That's why I was late.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I was late. So now that you got the condo and the business, I noticed Chase schedule's crazy. I mean, how do you blend that? Because you travel
Pretty much every weekend.
We going? We going now?
Hey.
You guys about to take a flight soon.
We just got, somewhere that I got to, use a passport. We'll just say that, we keep the business.
Okay, all right.
Somewhere right there, it's all good. Celebrations.
No more suntans.
Yeah. All that. No, the schedule. I mean, this is actually something that we need to do, because the schedule is going to get hectic. I mean, because, with him playing hockey, it's a 3/4 year sport. Yeah. He pretty much starts in August and it ends in March. So he's going to start. He's already been, in a couple of tournaments that he's been tearing up, but, it's going to get on. And then the management of time, I got to give credit, obviously, to my wife, Sheeta Rock, because she handles a lot of what he does with his career, with hockey and practices and things like that. I'm fortunate enough to be able to have a longer than normal lunch break, so I get to go home, and handle some things there, and then go back to work. So that's one of the good things that entrepreneurship at least affords you a little bit to set your own schedule.
That's true.
The grind is no less, but you still get to set your own schedule. So I think that's what has a lot to do with time management. I have a very kind of boring life, man. It's the same thing every single day, pretty much. Either if I'm either in the gym, it's either at 6 a.m. or 6:30. I'm usually up at 5 something every day. So, it's pretty much what it is. But I'm cool with that. I love being successful enough. Right. Still making a difference. It's the same thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
So
what time you get to bed?
Let's see, what time do I fall asleep?
Right.
Think. I got a crazy sleep. I already fall asleep, come home, fall asleep, maybe 10 or something like that. And then may wake up 2:30, hopefully fall back to sleep for a couple hours before I got to get up before that alarm clock.
Right.
But the mind is always going. Just the next thing, is if it's not for something new to do in the house, because there's always something to do in the house, just because you're taking care of that, or just something in the gym, being an entrepreneur, okay, what's next? Got to get toilet paper, do I got this? I got to clean the floor, I got to put up a workout that's different,
You ain't got no time to be messing up.
It's you got to be efficient. You got to be efficient. And that's one thing that we learn to do. Just to be efficient. I know. So
we come from housing.
Yeah.
And everybody we grow up with is running their own business, which is special in its own right.
We're a special clause.
Yeah. So you thinking about grabbing the investment properties?
Yeah.
Expanding Body by Banks?
As far as Body by Banks, it's still waiting to be seen as far as expanding the brand and things like that. I'm almost comfortable. I'm at an age where I'm comfortable with the brand. Clientele can expand. As far as property, something I'm very interested in, even property abroad, if that can ever be a venture, because there's I have overseas maybe connection. You never know, but something. But just putting my stuff together and still trying to, I don't say recover, but let everything. I seem like we're still relatively new with the first property buy. Not saying there's a timeline and things like that, but like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on, and who knows? Maybe when Chase, in a couple of years, he'll be going to college and everything like that, and we'll be able to have enough time to kind of get into more of the investment property and I forgot about that and things like that. So
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's in the future when you're ready. When you're ready. So how were you able to stay disciplined so long? Since I've known you, you've been pretty disciplined. Without having somebody to tell you to get up and go do.
Man, I guess I got to give credit to moms. Because mom's disciplined. She's always been disciplined because mom has always worked, always took care of things. So that in itself breeds discipline. You're seeing it.
Because I'm going to tell you, I used to watch you drive, 8 hours to school?
Yeah.
8 hours to school.
Yeah, Silver Rock University, Western PA,
Yeah, went through school, played ball, did what he had to do, took care of the kids, as best as you could. And now I'm back living. So discipline is key. Discipline, schedule.
It was a learning process. Believe me, it was a lot, being older now, with a little bit more gray and stuff. Yeah. A lot of times, you look back, you're like, man, I could have done better with a lot of things that I've had, but blessed enough to have it and then learn from the mistakes. That's what's great about where we are right now. Learning from those mistakes and then go ahead and then, learn one and then teach one. I think we're both in opportunities and situations where we're able to teach and pass on these lessons and these jewels that we've learned over the years. And so I think that's what's, helped a lot too with, just learning. It wasn't always like that, but just learning from my mistakes and then carry on from there.
Yeah, it's not the mistakes, like you said, it's how you learn from them.
Yeah.
And remove from them.
You're gonna make mistakes. That's experiences.
Yeah. I've been reading this book. Well, I finished it. Tim Grover, he was a personal trainer for Mike Jordan.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Winning or something, I forget the name.
Yeah.
Winning. He has not book called Relentless. And one of the big things in the book is the winners like Kobe and Mike, Charles Barkley, stuff like that. Those guys, they never cared about losing. It wasn't the loss. It was analyzing the loss so that they could win again, because they knew that winning was something that you were going to do less than losing. So basically, they never lost.
Yeah, basically, they weren't afraid to take that winning shot.
Right.
And they wasn't afraid to, take it, because there's only one way to know if you're going to miss it. You got to take it.
You got to take it. You got to take the
You got to take it.
It's a big thing that I'm saying.
On along the lines of that is basically how this started, because I opened this up during the midst of COVID.
Yeah,
I was in the gym beforehand, and obviously, COVID came and they shut down, but this was my career, as far as what I was doing. And So I kind of went back to freshman season, so to speak. Had my bag and everything, and went on the road. I trained in parks, training people home.
You were doing that.
Yeah,
I remember.
I used to train in storage spaces. Yes.
Yeah.
I used to do Zoom, but all along I was blessed enough to find, which is now Kavin Banks. And I trained during the day and stuff like that. And then at night I'd be over there. You helped me with that. Don't forget. You helped me, you helped me,
100%.
you helped me build that,
100%.
So and that's, and that was a big, I think about it now, like, man, it was a scary moment because I didn't know, because obviously it was during COVID. Are people going to want to train? Are they going to want to come to this facility? But I trusted in me.
Right. And that's key. That's the thing that I'm noticing about business, period, right?
Yeah.
Right. You could be skillful.
Yeah.
Know what you know.
Right.
That's like the icing on top. It's the belief that the people have in you.
Some people can get A's on a test, but can they apply what they've got the A on?
Right. Can they actually apply it?
Right.
But you're a likable person. People following you around. I mean, they followed you wherever you went.
True. I've had it. Yeah. I've definitely had a following, the stable, as we call it. They're strong. But I just chalked it up to good work and doing right by people.
That's
providing them what they want. And like I said, a lot of my clientele often turn to, to friendship, and relationship like that. Just to grow.
That's what life's about.
Yeah.
So Nas, my son, you've helped him out greatly. Went to a wrestling match, and then after the wrestling match, KB's like, yo, you need to just send him to me. I just made a decision. If one thing I can do is make sure he goes to you. Right. So that was very important to me, especially from our sport background, and getting these kids ready. But at the same time, you can't make somebody want to work out as hard as they want to work out. They got to put the work in themselves.
Yeah.
You can't take that. That heart, Coach Massey used to say that you can't teach art, and it's true, right? But I tell you this, I've been noticing his confidence and his strength. He's confident. He got a little arm too. I don't know, you been throwing the ball on?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, got an arm.
He loves to throw the football at the session.
Yeah, he got a little arm.
Yeah. That's why he can throw that right hand.
He need to learn how to, if he learn how to direct, literally, I think I seen him throw like 25 yards.
I think, man, you got to understand, how old is Nas?
I just turned 7.
Right. So he's still growing into that body, figuring it out, but he is a strong kid, strong mind. You just don't understand how strong minded he is. And, and he does sports about finding his lane. And as a father, listen, you give him a lot of experiences to be able to seek out, okay, what is it that I like? What is it I enjoy? What is it I can be successful in? And,
Right. We didn't have that.
Man, we made it our own. We were our own.
We were. I used to think about that, man. Look, why did I play football? I played football because KB was playing football. Why I played basketball? I played basketball because Dirk was playing basketball.
Yeah.
We used to go to MCC. We used to cross the highway, 384, go fishing.
The only reason why I played football because I moved out to Squire and y'all was playing football, and I remember Rob.
Yeah.
Rob can be on the Jets, man. The worst is shit. And I still wish I wouldn't have went on the Jets. But I should have went to the Eagles with D. But anyhow, but the great because that, introduced me to football. The game that I,
that's what I love now.
Yeah, like unbelievable, and not from. Hey, what is not from my father, not from my uncle, but from one of my boys. Who I was growing up with. Hey, we play football. You want to play? You don't want to play. Man, what?
It's so different now. They got still paying for a new Brenton Powell, and I'm out there looking, and man, it's different. But whatever the case may be, I highly recommend Mr. Kavin Banks, especially for the children. He's great with the children. He has a great routine. I personally, if our schedules was a little different, I'd be working out with him still to this day. Motivator. Great guy. Gotta go see him. You want to tell the people where to find you at?
You can find me at 27 Krieger Lane, Suite 14. You can see the sign Body by Banks. That's in Glastonbury, Connecticut. You can hit me on Instagram. All right. Best trainer I know. I'm also on Facebook, Kavin Banks Jr. Yeah. So
Facebook, everything. I try to have guests in here that are everyday people like me and you. People that are into business owners, homeowners, and just overall hardworking people. And if we can do it, you can do it yourself. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next week.